What if I told you that there's a medication called metadroxyprogesterone acetate, spelled like this? It comes in both an injectable and a pill form. The pill form is not water soluble, but it's mildly soluble in alcohol, and it's full of a lot of really harmful hormones, which is why it's mainly prescribed to women. But if men take it, it stops their ability to reproduce. Just a little fun fact.
Now, I was slapping my weenie on some dragon fruit when all of a sudden I remembered that even though certain outcomes have played out over the past week, the issues are still not solved. We still have people who disagree with each other and they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to explain the point. They don't know how to invite people in to talk to them and listen to them. All they know how to do is try to get a reaction, buzzwords, insults, anecdotes, weird rhetoric, and it doesn't solve anything. It just makes the two sides who already hate each other even more, and leads me, the proud, sexy black, to say both sides suck because they don't know how to communicate. And with this video, it'll be a little bit of indoctrination. I will try my best to get you watching this right now to understand that you have an opinion right now, whatever it is. Maybe I'm the sexiest black YouTuber in your objective fact, or I'm the sexiest black YouTuber in your objective fact, and you want to argue or conversate with somebody who thinks differently from that. I will teach you the ways on how not to go about trying to invite conversation. And I wonder if I had some metrics. Oh, let's start over here and let's see what you have.
To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope you mass reports and your entire family. You gotta go.
Clearly, that's not how you're going to create conversation about the election. You can't 1 week ago start saying, oh, well, it's bad that all these right-wingers want a bunch of people deported, yet when those same people that they're talking about end up voting for the guy, you then say, all right, I won't care as soon as you all get unforcibly shipped out of here because that's what you voted for and I lose my compassion for you. Oh, what's that up there? What? Oh, hoping for the demise of a bunch of people, some who voted the way you wanted them to in order to actually see an outcome, but hoping that for their demise it's going to be something positive, is not really how you conversate with people. It's not how you really get people on your side. It's how people will see you and say, fuck you for wishing my death on something I really had no control over because, hey, I'm somebody who voted the way you wanted and you still shamed me for some fucking reason. Oh, I know the reason. It's because you're a little bit too slow and you actually don't know how to explain your point. Well, what's that? Oh, another one over yonder.
I don't think there's any room for that on this campus.
On the campus of Texas State University, San Marcos, Wednesday afternoon, demonstrators gathered outside the Johnson Student Center holding signs with what some people considered to be offensive language. Cade Crockett was walking to class when he saw what was happening.
I think it's very shameful that people assume that it's okay to promote this behavior, to promote this bigotry.
A statement from a Texas State spokesperson says the university supports the First Amendment and is required by state law to uphold free speech in public areas on campus, even if it upsets students.
I mean, obviously there's like free speech, but like that's just gonna start a fight. Like no matter what side you're on, that's just something crazy to say. And I think they knew that. They just wanted a reaction.
Raymond Walsh was walking with Crockett and says while he didn't want to get involved in the protest, he saw a crowd of students around the demonstrators, and both he and Crockett believe the event stemmed from Tuesday's presidential election results.
There's a bunch of people crowding around. I don't know if anyone's going to fight or something crazy. It's just after Election Day.
A Texas State spokesperson says the demonstrators were not students, nor did they have any affiliations with the school.
But I also believe it was done from a sense of engagement.
That one is the reason why I made this video, because this is after Trump won. And so you mean to tell me that you're taking the moment where you're clearly someone who voted for Trump, and instead of celebrating that, instead of hoping that for the next 4 years, you're going to be able to speak and actually have your way in various different issues, or for the next 4 years, you might have got conned. Who knows? We'll see in the next 4 years. And you decide in your infinite wisdom to bring a sign to a college campus that says women are property after a full year, if not longer, where there are women who are concerned about the rights of their body. And I'm sorry to dumb down all the fun, but it's inexcusable to even do this when you have people who are legitimately scared and don't really know how the world, or at least this country, is going to operate in terms of reproductive rights for the next 4 years. Yes, it was put back to the states, but a lot of people are still worried about that because even if the statistics shows it's very small, there are examples that put fear into people. And yeah, we could laugh about all these people saying, well, I think the great thing to do is to just not have sex with any of these men anymore.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years, in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, you're fucked and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished, who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support. People are actually praising this guy, and it's a freaking joke. Look at the states he won. You won't catch me there. You'll catch me in New York City. And I'm sorry to all the women who are going to suffer in these bumpkin-ass, small-ass little towns because of this. Reason why I'm a New Yorker and always will be. Fuck Florida.
And you're really not going to get me contesting that because, let's be honest, everybody shouldn't just be willy-nilly doing the bump and grind anyway. You don't know if these people have diseases or not. But if you are someone who wants to do the devil's tango and then you end up with a baby that you want, but because of health complications, you get put in a bind and you're in an area where they really can't do anything about that, you're going to have to deal with that fear that maybe something could happen to you. And people are worried about that. And when you brush it off by even joking about how women are property, you're not really getting people to have full confidence in your side. You're just going to have them saying, these are incel racists who just want to control women's bodies. And maybe that's what some of you want to do. Maybe that's what some of you don't want to do. But I'm willing to risk both my testicles this time. I'm putting it all on the line. I'm willing to risk my testicles that a lot of you don't want to fucking control a bunch of random women's bodies. And you want this rhetoric about how that's going to happen to die down. This won't die it down. It'll make the shit worse. It'll make it more hectic. It'll make more people think, oh, anyone who supports this side is nothing but a bunch of controlling narcissists who want to try to violate bodies. And again, risking the testicles here, that's not something you want.
You see this shit? This shit is not real. And they talking about some y'all need to go to hell. Like, bitch, are you crazy? Bitch, are you crazy?
Okay, y'all, so I go to Texas State University, and this is currently what's going on at my school. They have signs everywhere saying that kind of stuff. Recently, like last week, they said they had signs all over San Marcos saying, okay, I don't know why it stopped, but it said, if you voted for Kamala, we will find you. Basically, KKK organization stuff. And this is getting out of hand. So this is our friend, and currently a building is on lockdown because of this. And all I'm saying is this is going to get worse if we as a whole and a collective do not decide to stand up and fight against this inhumane society that we now live in.
And the thing that irked me is that the college kid was right. This seems like it was just for a reaction. You wanted to get people mad, so maybe you could get on social media and claim, oh, look at all these liberals attacking me for my free speech. And yes, because it was brought up in the clip, I will say it too. It is free speech, First Amendment, got a right to say whatever weird shit you want. That don't really mean everybody's gonna co-sign you. That don't mean everybody gonna agree with you. And when you do something that you know is going to get a reaction, you should probably go about it a better way. Maybe go about it in a way that would actually lead people to come talk to you and question you on how you view the world or how you view women. Not some stupid moment that you could turn into TikTok or Twitter likes. That is unproductive. That doesn't help. And that is the reason why I say the boring route is the best route. Be able to just say, hey, here's my thoughts on this whole thing. Let's talk about it. And you won't be able to change everybody's mind, but at least, at the barest of minimums, you'll be able to say you understood somebody who opposes you and their thoughts, and vice versa for you. And if that can't be done, if you're gonna look at this and say, oh, it's based and more people should do it, congratulations. You're the fucking reason why buzzwords are more popular than actually talking. You're the reason why it's better to start just randomly getting into the microphone and starting to just yell all the time. You're the reason why it's unproductive to actually speak to one another in a calm and reasonable outlook, because the more you see wild shit like this, the more the water gets muddied, and the more, for me, to make fun of all this stupid shit while trying to indoctrinate you all to go the boring route and have a little bit more calm and reasonableness to it all. And if you like that, subscribe to the channel, because let's be honest, it was very fucking good that you got indoctrinated by me today. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.